And so here are some numbers that will certainly support people. Now, Smart and White on the court together last year, the team had a plus 12 net rating. Now, Smart, no White, even, or, negative 0.2. White, no Smart, plus 10 net rating with Derrick White on the floor, Marcus Smart not on the floor, neither plus 2, so still efficient. So, this would tell you with Smart on the floor, no Derrick White, he has, been a net negative at least last year. You are someone who, at least a year ago, was still kind of not really a Derrick White guy. Now,
no, I wasn't. No,
he obviously had a very good year this past year.
Admittedly,
so where you stand right now, is Derrick White, obviously he is the new starting point guard for this team, but are you comfortable with that?
No, I'm not. And I'm not, nothing against Derrick. I just think, I mean, him playing point guard, I think he's probably played flashes in San Antonio, a point, but championship point guard, I don't know. That's a big responsibility. I think he was very good in his role last year, coming off the bench, playing that kind of supporting cast role, but running the show, telling guys where to be on the floor, running the offense, getting the guys the ball. I just need to see it. And I'm not saying he's not capable. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, oh man, this is going to fail. No. I'm just concerned. I think I'm going to need to see Derrick White log serious minutes at point with that combination and how it works. And do they need to get another point guard? Is it going to be Peyton Pritchard, Delano Banton, whoever they're talking about? I don't know. But I do think that this is someone. It was eye-opening when Mazzulla said that. But they know more than me, so I'm sure they're confident that Derrick can do it. So I'm not going to doubt Derrick. I said I didn't think he didn't have a good season coming in, the half season he spent. I thought he disappeared at times. He didn't play with confidence. Last year I thought he had a tremendous season, all defense, was just completely comfortable with a full training camp, and his confidence was brimming. I mean, I think he's one of those guys that confidence is a big deal to him. Some guys, their confidence never wavers. They're going to take shots. They're going to do. Derrick's not one of those guys. Derrick needs to have confidence in order to flourish.
With the busy fall season already in swing, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. Head to factormeals.com/newsfeed50 and use code newsfeed50 to get 50% off. That's code newsfeed50 at factormeals.com/newsfeed50 to get 50% off.
So you hope that he can deal with adversity, deal with maybe a bad turnover, and come back and make a good pass, make a good play, make a good shot. So I'm, him being the floor leader in a sense, I'd like to see that before I'm oh yeah, it's going to work. It's a little, I thought they would make, Malcolm has been point guard in previous years. And as much as he was a sixth man of the year, a lot of people and the analytical folks thought he was terrible in terms of certain situations defensively, that he just shot too much, or he was not, he didn't make his teammates better. So I thought maybe he would get the opportunity since he had been point in Indiana and Milwaukee previously. So I just want to see it. I'm not as convinced, that's not an instant plug and play Derrick White at point guard as I think maybe other people are looking at it, because I just haven't seen it. I don't know if you guys have seen him play point extensively. If you want to count the San Antonio days, how much point did he play? Next to Tyus Jones. Is Tyus that's the one in San Antonio, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're right.
Yeah, because there's the brother who just got traded to Washington,
right.
And so the Tyus Jones and other guys, that's a good question. I don't know how much extensively he played.
Tyus just went to Washington.
Sorry, Tyus.
Yeah.
The younger brother, the one that's with the Spurs. I I don't know how much he played over that. So I need to see, huh?
Trey Jones.
Trey Jones, exactly. Trey. Sorry, Trey. Yeah.
Got to be another better than T, guys. I
got to get my Jones brothers together.
Trey and Tyus.
Trey Jones.
That's I love Tyus.
New FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, guaranteed. Plus, all customers who bet $5 will get $100 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube at YouTube TV.
Well, I mean, look, Gary, I think of the three of us, Evan here is the one who is probably most comfortable with the idea.
Let's
on this for a while.
Let's break down what Gary just said, because I think there's a couple of good points in here. First off, let's also admit that I would not be shocked if they flipped Malcolm and Derrick at some point in the season if Malcolm's running better with that group. I have a little more confidence in Derrick White just because I think last year was sort of a revelation. We'll see if we can do it again. But he comes from a good system with the Spurs. I just think that he's one of these connector guys that seems to just try and make things work. You're not trying to get in the way too much. You want to let Jason and Jalen kind of dictate most of what happens, but he's always willing to kind of make that extra pass. I like him a lot. I love him defensively. That jump shot, we'll see if it sticks. I think him and Coach was it Ben Morrison that spent a lot of time with him and working on that jump shot. But I will say one thing that I think Gary brought up is confidence. One of the things that you don't want your point guard to lack is confidence, because the game ebbs and flows, right? There are highs, there are lows, everybody goes on runs. So in that regard, the confidence issue would be one that I think would give me a little bit of pause. But my question to Gary is more about maybe the lack of championship point guards in the NBA today. How many true championship level floor generals are out there? You could argue two of them are on the same team in Golden State, with Chris Paul and with Steph Curry. I just don't think there are a lot of guys out there that Jimmy Butler is one of these guys that can, dictate a game when it gets tough. LeBron, obviously, that goes without saying. I just don't think there are that many level guys in the NBA anymore. I think it's kind of everybody's a combo guard now, right? True point guard kind of died. And true point guards are more like, point forwards now. Like you're seeing more of a Luka or more of a LeBron and a James Harden and like stuff, guys like that. It's not really just about one guy controlling the flow of the game anymore. So my question to you is, as we look back at this team and try and figure out, do they have a championship level table setter on this team? I just don't think there are many out there, A, and B, if it's one of them, I almost think it's Tatum rather than Derrick White.
Yeah, I'm just afraid of putting more responsibility on Tatum and saying, okay, Jason, be all NBA first team and also run the damn offense too. And just run and walk the ball up the floor and also defend well. And that's a lot. I just rather see less on Jason's plate in terms of ball handling than more. Although I think he can be a good point guard or kind of floor leader, maybe not point forward. So I'm not as highly enthusiastic about okay, we'll just make Jason the point forward. Now that might work, but you just want him to be preserved throughout the season and not having the responsibility of running the offense. I mean, the thing that I look at
go ahead.
With Derrick is there's a couple things that stand out previously in San Antonio. He played, according to Basketball Reference, he played point guard his first year. He played 17 games, so you throw that out. The second year he played point guard. He played 67 games. He started 55, 3.9 assists per game, 1.4 turnovers. Now the 50 he played 49 games before he was traded to Boston, and he averaged 5.6 assists to 1.8 turnovers. So that's a very good. If I do my math, that's more than a 3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. So he averaged nearly 6 assists. And was kind of classified as a shooting guard in his stint in San Antonio before he got to Boston in 21-22. So for those looking for encouragement, to me that's an encouraging sign that he almost had 6 assists a game in that stretch. And the year before, He played, let me see here, 3.5. So that 1 year, I think he was hurt most of 2021. But 21-22, in that stretch with San Antonio, he averaged nearly 6 assists a game. So to me, that is a very encouraging sign in terms of him being able to distribute the ball.
New FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, guaranteed. Plus, all customers who bet $5 will get $100 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV.